And I'm live. Welcome back to Melting the Ice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A place where we melt away our insecurities. We melt away our limitations. Yes, we melt away the fears that are holding us back. You know those things that try to keep you stuck? Those things that hold you back from becoming your best version of yourself. We let go, we melt them all away. Welcome. I hope you had the best day ever. I hope you are gonna have the best day ever. Let's get right into it. Finding joy in the mundane. What is that? By the way, I'm human. Finding joy in the mundane. What is that? I feel like most of us believe that our happiness is this ginormic thing. It's this big thing, and it's gonna hit us in the head. It's gonna be a brick that will fall on our head. Like this is our happiness. We tell ourselves, "Oh my gosh, what is my purpose? What is my joy in this life? What is?" We ask these astronomical questions, thinking that the answer is going to be one thing, right? We're so single focused, thinking, "Oh my goodness, the answer to this thing will be one thing. What is my purpose? What is my joy? What have I meant?" All of those questions. I feel like where we mess up, I'll tell you, is when we think the answer will come out in one way. Or most importantly, when we try to imagine what the answer will be. It's almost like you're asking a question, but then you have something in mind of what you want the answer to be, right? You ask me, human, what's your favorite color, for example, and I'll tell you I love a bunch of colors. You're like, no, tell me, what is the one color you love the most right now? And I don't know, I'll tell you maybe, I don't know, pink, pink. And you say, dang, I was hoping it would be green. And I'm like, why would you think that? Because you wore green shoes last week. And I'm gonna be like, what? I feel like when we ask these questions, we have a specific. Sorry, it looks like someone's blending something in my house. When we ask these questions, we have oh yeah. When we ask these questions, we have specific answers of what we think they should be. I'm talking specific things we think they should be, right? We have A, B, and C, it has to be this. And how can you receive when you're in that thought of mind? When you're in that frequency, I don't want to sound woo-woo, but how do you think you can receive? When you're saying it has to be X, Y, and Z. What if it's C? What if it's C? But you're so limited to X, Y, and Z that even if C was to fall right in your eyes, in front of you, you wouldn't see it. If you can't see it, how can you ever be able to receive it? How? What if the thing you're looking for, the thing you want so desperately, is right in front of you, but you cannot see it because you're looking for the wrong things? I think we're getting into so much trouble looking for the wrong things, looking for what we think we need, thinking we need this job, we need this promotion, we need this challenge, this channel, whatever it is you think you need. What if it was completely different from what you actually needed? What if the person you think you knew as yourself is not this person you will be tomorrow? You won't be this person in 2 weeks' time. You won't be this person. When I came here on YouTube, that was last year, I believe. 2024, yeah. And at first, I had this Melting the Ice was a podcast, right? And I didn't show my face. Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't show my face. I just came on audio, and that was mostly on Spotify, right? And I'll take it on Spotify and I'll put it on YouTube. That was the whole. That was Melting the Ice. That was how we started, right? Then one day I decided I'm gonna start coming on live here. Then one day I decided I'm gonna start showing up live every single day, right? If you had asked me last year that I'll be showing up live, not just on video, but live, it's jarring. But also, I'll be doing it every single day. And also, I'll be facing my fears. I'll be talking about deep insecurities I have, like my stutter. And I'll be rising from those ashes as the best version of myself as a result of that. I would not have been able to imagine what I'll be today. Don't get me wrong. I still have a lot to learn. Like the curve to who I'm meant to be. There's so many things about me that I don't yet know, that I would love to know. But guess what? I'm right on time. Because when I need to know those things, they'll be revealed to me. As long as my heart is open to receive whatever God has for me in every season, right? Finding joy in the mundane is not waiting for this magical thing that will become your joy. I've spoken about before on this beautiful channel of mine about picking your what I call your predominant emotion. Your predominant emotion. Predominant. I keep saying it because I don't have an accent and I talk fast. Do you think I talk fast? Tell me. Tell me. And I have a stutter sometimes too, so that's why sometimes you'll see me repeating things, make sure that you understand me. And it's always so funny when I put on the captions and the things, Google things I'm saying, that is so funny. But anyways, yeah, if I had to try to decide, think about what I will be today, I'd have just been like, this would have been the real me, and I just walked by it like this. I have not ever been able to grasp this version of me. Like I was saying earlier, I still have so much more to learn, but I'm right on time. Because as long as I don't focus on this one thing that I need to be, that's okay. As long as I focus on the predominant emotion of my life is joy, right? I'm right on track. And when I talk about focusing on that predominant emotion, it doesn't mean that you're focusing on how it should happen. You're focusing on that it should be a brick, an orange brick that falls in front of you. It should be a leaf that falls at 35 degrees. It should be this one thing. We are being too specific. And magic does not happen when you focus on such, when you beat those details. It doesn't happen like that. It happens when you're open to anything, but you have the right intention though. Intention is everything, right? Deciding that joy, for example, is a predominant emotion in your life means that you decide you're opening yourself up to all sorts of joy. You're saying, out of everything, joy is what matters most. I want joy to lead my life. I want to focus on joy. That's all you're saying. Now, how that joy happens exactly, the vehicle that God chooses to bring that joy face to face with you, it will be completely different than what you can possibly imagine. The things you may like, you may used to like before, that version of you won't even like those things. So thinking about in great detail what I would be like, who she would be, I don't know if that's the best use of your time. You can imagine the thing you want and what I will feel like, but don't go into too many details. Right? Don't beat that horse. Don't do that because you're killing the joy in the present moment. Finding joy in the mundane is all about being open, having your heart open, being open to new experiences, being open to the version of you you're yet to meet because you have no idea what that person is like. I'll give you a funny example. My whole life, I love this fruit. Want to guess the fruit? I'll give you some seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. The food I used to love, it wasn't my favorite food. It was my favorite, but I loved it. It was grapes. I loved grapes my whole life, right? I used to, it's a known fact. Um, and then over the course of me showing up every single day, I mean, I've been doing so much work on myself. And behind the scenes to the courses I'm creating, opening myself up to just to what God has in store for me. That is jarring and terrifying, right? And I noticed that I didn't like grapes anymore. That was so weird. This was like I think last month. I would put the grapes in my mouth and I would want to spit them out. They'll make me sick and I won't be able to eat them. Right? If it, and this lasted for like I think the whole month of July, I just could not eat grapes. I found them so gross and that something was changing inside of me, right? And then I always liked cherries. I felt like cherries was something good. Cherries are nice. But cherries was never for me, grapes were here, cherries were not that far below, but right below. I preferred grapes. And now when I was eating cherries, it was like I was dancing. I was like in a whole other place. It's almost like the grapes had become cherries in my life. That was the person I had become. In fact, I felt like I hate grapes. I didn't like grapes anymore. This might seem so random. I think what does it matter if you like grapes, if you like cherries? I'm telling you that if you had told me 2 years ago that I'll come to a time where I wouldn't like grapes anymore, I would have laughed in your face. Like, what are you talking about? Right? Now I can tell you that right now I'm back with grapes and I We're cool now. I like grapes now. But the change is still here. I'll tell you how. I still love cherries now. Now, cherries has become one of my favorite fruits, which is so weird, right? From being something that I thought was good to being my favorite. What a wow. What a wow, right? So it's like you would never know what will unfold, right? But if you keep your heart open, yes, you will feel pain. Yes, you will feel heartbreak. Yes, you'll feel disappointment. Yes, the joy in the mundane will be something that you experience from moment to moment. And you wouldn't try to bend this season to what you feel it should be, but you just simply find the joy in the present moment. Whether it means you no longer like grapes, whether it means you no longer like cake, whatever it means, however silly it is, don't imagine what that change would be like. Open yourself up to the possibility of what this would be. Let life surprise you. Yes, that can suck sometimes because you might receive things you don't like being live with nobody here, me and God. And I'm gonna go live and have zero in the live. I always say, it's me and God right now. It's me and God. And that's something that I've been doing. And it makes it fun for me, right? Making joy your predominant emotion is about alchemizing the so called bad stuff, transforming it into gold, right? And I'll tell you a story. When I decided to launch my business here, not even here, right? I was on Instagram and I launched one-to-one sessions because since I was born, I always felt like people told me whenever I spoke to them, they felt like everything was at peace. They felt like I helped them make sense of the storm. They felt like there was so much noise around them, and I was able to still those waters and guide them to where they were meant to be without them realizing it. They'll tell me things like, how do you always know what to say? You have a light, you always know what to say. It's almost like you told me what I thought I needed to hear that I wasn't even aware of. So I said, you know what? I'm going to offer sessions. That's not what I said. I lied. Nope. What did I do instead? I was afraid. I circled around it. I ran away. I chickened out for years. I wish I could tell you right away. When I was like, I don't know, 10, I said, nope, 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 nope. It was on to this year that I finally decided to say, you know what? I have the gift to help others realize joy in the present moment. So why don't I create sessions, one-to-one sessions that I call clarity shifts with human, where I help you become aware. I help you reach a clarity that was always there that you couldn't hear because there was so much noise around you. So I launched that, right? Clarity shift sessions with human. Launched that, very excited, terrified, shaking in my boots. I mean, I was scared, my sister. Launched that, and then all the insecurities came out. I mean, everything, all the fears. Who are you? How dare you do this? You have like 10 subscribers on YouTube. You have 10 subscribers on Instagram. How dare you launch one-to-one sessions? I mean, who would even pay for these sessions? And much, much more. And much, much more. I wish I would tell you that it was so easy, but it wasn't. I had to face my biggest enemy at the time, which is me. I wanted to just scrap the whole thing and put it away and pretend it never happened and not have to feel the shame that I'm doing this with 10 subscribers, right? But I didn't. What did I do instead? I made a whole course. I made a whole course, and that whole course has become the entire identity of my body of work. And I feel like that is the course that is a signature course because that was the first course when I decided to turn my shame into gold, my shame into something that will bless me and bless others. I decided in that moment that I am an alchemist. I am an empress. I am a daughter of God. And I can turn, and whatever was meant to be for my evil will be turned into my good. Whatever was meant for evil can be turned into good. And I took that very personal. And all the shame I felt around, who am I to do this? Who am I to do this? I said, I'm going to choose joy. I'm going to choose faith as my predominant emotions. I'm gonna transform all this into laughter. And the energy of that course is all around laughter. I mean, all around laughter. I was laughing all the way through. So I was creating, thinking about the idea because I was like, people laugh at me. That here I am having one-to-one sessions. But then here I am now creating a course on how to know that you are fully crowned. even if people are laughing at you, even if it's just you and crickets, even if you're launching something, there's nobody there, even if nobody buys, if the whole world buys, you are fully crowned. Meaning, with 0 views, you're in your power. With 1 billion views, you're in your power. Completely divorcing the idea that our views are tied to our self-worthiness, completely breaking the idea and doing it while laughing, doing it while opening up, doing it while having fun, laughing until the wheels fell off. I did that because I was finally enjoying the mundane. And as I was thinking about this course, I was laughing, my sister. I was laughing. And to this day, this is the energy of my work. Knowing that you are fully crowned regardless. You want to tell me, oh, this human, I made this mistake, you're fully crowned. Oh, this happened to me, you are fully crowned. Oh, you don't understand my situation. I am this horrible person, you are fully crowned. No matter what happens, you are fully crowned. And you need to remember that, right? If you feel like you need to remember that you're struggling, I have a bunch of resources down below. Check it out. I have a free ebook so that can absolutely change your perspective, change everything for you. Check it out if you feel you need it. I won't go into too many details on that. What I'll tell you is that if you want to be moved directly to your crown without even having to remember, you're like, remembering is too hard. I don't want to. I want to just. It's to the point where I'm so into the thing. I'm so deep in it that I can't even see a way out. I can't even hear anything. It's too loud, you mean that I can't even get myself to 0 fully crown. I can't do it on the mental level. I have to do it in the cells, in the atoms of my being. It has to go beneath the logic. It has to go beneath my heart. It has to completely shift me. I have what I call God override. Very different energy from 0 fully crowned, but then again, it's a stream, right? And then it's like a river and then different streams, right? So everything is all connected. But my point is that God override is the course that you take when you feel there's no light in an area of your life. We all have those areas, more than one, some of us, right? More than one, let's be honest. You feel like you've been hijacked by your fear. You don't matter what you do, fear keeps driving the steering wheel of your life. And you're trying to fight it. Give me back the steering wheel. Give it back to me. And it has a stronger grip on it. Limiting beliefs have a grip over your life. Fear has a grip over your life. Anger has a grip. What is the thing that has a grip over your life that you know has no business gripping your life and controlling where you go, controlling if you're turning left, turning right? You want to make those decisions, and most importantly, you want those decisions to be in your highest good, to be in your highest interest. But no, when fear hijacks it, it makes decisions that will maintain the fear, that will keep you paralyzed exactly where you are, that will keep you stuck exactly where you are. Is that what you want? You want to laugh until the wheel falls off? You want to remember that you're fully crowned? I have your resources down below. But if you want to shift, what does that mean? I mean that if you want to, if you want to do it almost like while having amnesia, you don't want to consciously do it. You want to subconsciously do it because you're tired, and you just need to you need to just surrender that steering wheel to God and surrender like you've never surrendered before, and give God the steering wheel and automatically step into your crown without having to do anything, without having to, without even having to laugh. Yes, you might cry. You might cry a lot, but that's for your own good because you're letting go of the things that are holding you back from finding joy in the mundane. You're letting go of all of those things. If you feel like it's for you, God override is a course for you. Okay, it's a different energy from 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 um Zero is Fully Crowned. But check it out, my sister. And I told you, I have a whole free ebook called Crown Codes 11 Days to Completely Rewire Your Mind, Completely Let Go of False Identities. That is free. 11 days. I'm talking 11 days, 25 pages. But I pour my heart into that. So there are resources available to you. You don't have to struggle by yourself anymore. It's 2025 and we can't continue to believe that we're the only ones struggling, we're the only ones having difficulties. Oh, woe is me, I'm the only. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Okay, we cry. Everyone has the things that are hard for them. However, those who end up looking like that, those who end up winning or having joy, those who end up being blissful are the ones who are able to find joy in the mundane, are the ones who remember what is that predominant emotion, and focus on that with the right intentions and get help and aren't ashamed of getting that help. But instead, know that this is what makes me human. So today I want to ask you, what makes you human? What is the thing that makes you human? What is that thing? that makes you the human that you are. Okay? What is that for you? I'll share mine. Human. Since I was a child, I always knew I was born to help others. I had no idea how I would do that because it's so broad, right? And I'm not the only one who was born with such a grand purpose, who desires deeply to help others. There are so many of us out there. If you're one of them, please comment down below. We are together. Comment down below hashtag we're together. If you feel you also have a mission along the lines of this, comment down below hashtag we are together. So I know that you know what I'm saying? Comment down below we are together. Because I always felt like I had to help others. I had no idea how. Even though I was doing it every single day. Now, don't get me wrong. I am convinced that my purpose is so much more than, you know, there's one-to-one sessions, but how it's going to completely unfold, like I told you, I have no idea. I don't know who I'll be tomorrow. I don't know who I'll be when I wake up in the morning. I have no idea. But I can't wait to find out. Will I cry? Yes. Will I smile? Yes. Will I have lots of fun? Yes. Will I have joy in the mundane despite anything? Absolutely. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So what is the thing that makes you human? For me, wanting to make the world a better place. Wanting to be the person who can say that I've contributed to the well-being of the world. I've contributed to the well-being of people. People can say human debate on was essential on my journey towards remembering who I was, towards having more clarity in my life, towards having more joy. Human was essential. I'm not God, but she was a piece of that puzzle. I'll be so honored to be a single piece in someone's grand purpose, someone's grand puzzle of their life. I want to be a piece in that puzzle. I want to say, I was there, I witnessed you, I held you. I was able to guide you to what you always knew, but there was too much noise for you to realize. That is who I want to be. That is who I am. And yes, I have my fears. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, I show up here, real, raw, no editing, live, with no one here. I do my thing. Some days I'm better than others, but guess what? I am showing up, and guess what? I'm choosing to spread light in the world. I'm making the world a better place one day at a time. What makes you human? I'll leave you with that today, and I'll see you tomorrow, my loves. I just had so much fun coming out here today, and I feel so open. And I'm gonna go because I have to wake up early tomorrow. Bye, my loves. Let's make a little cute thumbnail for ourselves.